Hello guys, and today in this video I'm going to do a tier list of all 8 mains that exist in the game right now. That's gonna be only my opinion. You could think you could have another one, so I'm just doing my own. Alright, so let's begin. For example, let's begin from Astra. To be honest, if compared to other Twisted, he's gonna go is gonna go mm, well in the A tier. Well, what I could tell about him, I'm just gonna move to another table to see his stats clearly, but his stealth is 5, that I remember clearly. His extraction speed and stamina and movement speed as well has 3 stars, which means basic options. His skill check has only two stars, which is a bit sad. And his skills, like all of the main toons, has only 2 hearts, which means to kill you, they need to just damage you 2 times. But his ability, well, that's basically like a bottle of pop. He can regen your stamina fully, no matter how much you have. He will regen full and all of it. And in addition, he can see how many stamina left for all of the other toons. It means if there are left not a lot, less than a half, he could see it, and he can come and regen it if it's possible. Because of his stealth and not uh, well in total good statistic, he can he can be playable in the solo run, but his ability don't have any use on him. So that's basically a team run, team run 2. But well, let's move up. Sprout, well, he's gonna be, I guess, as well in the A tier. Well, basically that's a healer. He could heal you. He could heal you for 100 types, 1 heart, which has a lot of use on the all um, mains in the game, because they don't have any use on medkits and only bans and heals from Sprout, which is really good. And in addition, he can see your health, which means if you have a really low health, he can come and heal you. You don't really need to tell and pray that you will reach the elevator. He will heal you before, or well, if it's possible. His stats, well, to be honest, he's not an extractor, to be honest, because he has only 2 skill check and 2 extraction speed. But his stamina and movement speed, which movement speed he has 4 stars and stamina 5 stars, makes him a not bad backup distractor. So for example, if people taking a twisted people, you can claim other common twisted, which is really good. He is a healer and a backup distractor in addition. Well, yeah, his stealth is only 3, well, basic. So the old toons with a lower mm, stealth can't, well, in total, because of his 3 stealth, he can distract perfectly, like a backup distractor. That's what I want to tell. Alright, but let's move up. We, to be honest, yeah, that's my opinion, an S tier. We have an SS, but it's an S tier for me. For me. Well, why you might ask why? Because he has a skill check of 4 and extraction speed of 5. Well, that's basically an extractor. That's a really good extractor. Well, yeah, her movement speed and stealth at only 2 stars, stamina is 3 stars, which is still good. Well, what about her movement speed and stealth? They are 2 stars, which means they could make some problems for distractor people, and her movement speed won't let her run so fast from other Twisteds, which makes her, well, until easy to kill, to be honest. If people, Twisted people, I want to tell, saw her, she'll die, well, more likely instantly if she has no stamina. What about her abilities? She can highlight all Twisteds in the machine for 5 seconds, which is really cool. Has a cooldown of 50 seconds, so basically can use one time per floor, almost. And she can highlight two nearest and completed machines highlighted for team. So basically, while you use your active ability, you highlight as well as machines that are not completed. In green, it means they are not really, for the moment, there is nobody extracting it. And in white, that somebody extracting it. So for all of this, she's taking it S tier because she's a really good extractor, in my opinion. In my own opinion. So let's move up. Shelly. That's, well, basically, in my opinion, they are same, but I'll place like this because it's a bit better. Shelly is a bit better. What about Shelly? She has 5 skill check and 3 extraction speed. Basically, all other stats has 3 stars instead of stamina, which has 2 stars, but you can change it because there is a dial which can increase your stamina by 50, you know. What about her abilities? Well, first ability is that she can speed up a selected tune by 75% for 15 seconds. So basically, half of machine will be completed with 75% boost, which is really cool. And she gains in 25% movement speed boost when any machine is completed. So basically, you might ask me, why the heck it's better than we? And I will, and I will, and I will tell you. So for the first, it's a Shelly duo strategy, which means you have two Shellys in your team, and one Shelly puts another Shelly. So in total for 15 seconds, you are claiming a 5 skill check and a 5 extraction speed, which is really cool. And in addition, because for the first like in total 10 floors, maybe 15, you will complete the machine very fast. And her boost of, well, let me recheck, of 25% movement speed will stack. It means if one machine completed in 10 seconds and another one at this time, she will claim a 50% movement speed boost. It means she can instantly appear in the elevator, instantly, almost every time, which is really cool in my opinion. People, well, if compared to other mains, in my opinion, he's going to the SS tier. Let me uh, let me let me explain you. Well, basically, you know, if you are looking this because, but well, she's a really he no Bill. He's a really good extractor. He has a 5 movement speed. Nobody else has have a 5 movement speed. It means he can walk of 20 and sprint of 30. And he has a stamina of 4. Yeah, his skill check and stealth at the same stats, but his extraction speed is 1 star. It's 0.75. It means that he can still extract a bit, but he can still extract. That's not the worst case. So, well, because of his 5 movement speed and with a good trinkets, he can easily distract other tunes. He is going to the S tier, and about his abilities that he can decrease his stealth. That's basically like an air horn ability, decreasing instantly and by a lot. Less than 1 star, I guess. And his second ability is that he can see highlighted items. So you can inform your teammates for some items. If you know their textures, you can follow to the texture and see that's what kind of item is it. Is it a band, or that's a medkit, or that's a bottle of pop? So basically that's an instructor and there's some kind of support for your team for items, which is basically good. I'm talking about the team because in the solo run he's really really bad because of his extraction speed and well yeah you know. Let's move up to the our even twisted. There's left only 3 and I hope that will tell everything right and correct. So what did you hear about Bumet? Her skill check is 4, but her stamina is 5, movement speed is the normal, but her stealth and extraction speed are low, which in my opinion is not really cool, because more likely she is like an extractor. She must be an extractor, but because of her extraction speed, it's kinda problematic, to be honest. What about her abilities? Yeah, she can duck and cover herself into a gift box for 8 seconds. Even Lethal Twisted can see her. Even Lethal Twisted, which is really good. But until she will move up, which means you must stay on one place for 8 seconds, which is not a lot. For example, if you chased by people and you are going back to the shelves and you are hiding in the box, people, there are a lot of possibilities. He can go away and someone more lethal will come. For example, like, I know, a twisted V, for example, which will slow you down. And because of 3 movement speed, you can't outrun her with a slowness debuff, which is really sad. So her ability has a use, but not really. Not really, to be honest. She can hide from all of the twisted, but in the farthest floors there is a lot of twisted, and if someone goes from the room, for example, another enters, that's really bad because, well, it's basically, you know why. I'm not gonna explain it a bit more because I'm yapping just. Her festive hour, well, basically gives those around her 50% faster stamina regeneration, which in my opinion that's a really bad passive ability, because not a lot twisted will spend their time nearby her. Well, they will extract machines, something else, but not being nearby her. And there is an extra addition that he can regen their stamina fully. Yeah, that's not a 50% faster stamina regeneration. But, to be honest, I'm not really seeing that. Bobet is a really good tool. Well, like main. That's only in my opinion. Basically mine. So for all of this, well, she'll go to the A tier. He's better than both of them, but well, yeah. Basie. Basie. Hmm. That's the only tune left that they didn't play it. They didn't play it her. Well, but I'll read her statistic. Her skill check is insanely bad, same as an extraction speed. You might think, 5 movement speed, so that there is not only people that has a 5 movement speed, 5 stars. Stamina 4, well, basically the stats like people. But 4 stealth, damn, damn, 4 stealth, that's really, really bad. She could position her as the distractor, but with 4 stealth, it's really hard. It's really hard because, well, there is a lot of twists by 3 stealth, but not 4 or 5. There is much less, much less. Most of them then, well, you know, because of this high stealth, it's really, really bad as a distractor. And in addition, he's backed as an extractor. So she's basically a support because of her abilities, because first, she can drop items from her inventory, sharing them with other toons. So basically, she's like a walking inventory. You can keep inside her meds, and while you need, she can give to you. And in addition, well, she can collect other items from the map. What about her passive? One extra item, so well, yeah, you can carry much more items, but that's it. Well, and requirements for her was 3000 event baskets. How can I say it? Event items, 2500 ichor, and 100% on her twisted research, which, well, you need to work a lot and hard from this. Well, I'm not really seeing, well, she's a better as an extractor and she is a better as a distractor. She could be a really good extractor only if there is a lot of toons with 5 or 4 stealth, but nothing else. So that's basically my opinion, basically only mine. I'll place her in the B tier because, well, Onyx, Late, and Goody, well, it's Halloween right now, and it's basically an SS tier because of his insane amount of skill check and extraction speed. That's basically a really the best extractor in the game with 5 skill check and 5 extraction speed, which is really, really good and insane. And 4 movement speed. Well, his stamina and stealth are bad, but their stamina you can fix with style. And of movement speed 4, and I will tell you, all extractions, all distractors from with movement speed of 4 and 5 can distract other twisted, which makes him a first, on my opinion, toon that can be used as an extractor and as a distractor too, because of his low stealth. No matter, really, no matter which main or almost all tools you will take, all of the other twisteds will prefer him because of his stealth, because he doesn't have any stealth, 0. And, well, they'll prefer him more than others. About his abilities that are really OP, this tool applies a random 20% boost for 15 seconds to all toons within range. Well, what I could tell, his range is not really big, but if you are walking away from the elevator, a 20% boost, for example, for stamina, stealth, will in really rare cases, and speed is really, really good. And if you have, for example, 2 goodies, this boost will stack. So imagine if you have a full team of goodies. It's an insane boost, I'm not gonna lie. You will run as I think you will run. If you claim all boosts, like you used a full box of chocolate. Like you used a box of chocolate, all 5 chocolates, and I want you to tell. And his passive ability is a sugar rush, so, well, you might think not really good or not really OP, but I will say that's a really OP ability. So, for example, while you're distracting, and this ability helps because not only Twisted speed up, but you speed up as well. And it excludes a possibility of a Twisted will hurt you while Panic Mode is appears. And it helps it as well a normal don't to reach the elevator, which is really, really good as well. So that's what I could tell about all of these mains. For now, that's only my opinion. Only my opinion. I think maybe there will appear another tier list of all, well, twisted combinations.